What's up guys, it's Bree and I'm back with another video, and today I'm going to be doing a review and recap of the show Harlem, and this is going to be season 3 episodes 1 through 3. So if you're interested, go ahead and watch the show and catch up and then come back here so we can talk about it.
Alright, they asking for the queen. I'm a bad bitch, she's a savage. Look back while I twerk. No comparison.
Alright y'all, so go ahead and just start it off with episode 1. Well, let's go ahead and just recap what happened in the last season and what we're supposed to be expecting in this season. Ty and Megan Good's character Camille, they went to the fertility clinic, to the gynecologist, to kind of see what their options were as far as health-wise, as far as having children, etc. Camille found out that she is more than likely not able to have kids naturally, and that causes her and Ian to basically break up because that's what he wants. She never even really thought about it, but then she also thought, maybe I don't want kids, and she accepted that. She also ended up quitting her job at Columbia as a untenured teacher because she has been teaching there for 10 years and still had no possibility of actually getting a promotion to be a full-fledged teacher. Quinn had breakup after breakup after breakup. The last person she was with was, I think, that senator girl or councilwoman. I think she was the mayor, the politician, that lady. She also was having some issues with her mom, even though I don't necessarily think that her and her mom have gotten, like, there was no resolve. I think they just kind of understand each other a little bit more now. Well, Quinn does. And her mom is trying to be a little bit less abrasive because, you know, she's an island mama, so you know how the Caribbean mamas get. And Angie, you know, she was dating that guy, the one that Quinn's mom was trying to set Quinn up with. She's still dating him, and they are doing good, you know, going in strong. She also got a role. Well, she also got picked for a role on Broadway. They're doing the musical adaptation of Girls Trip, so that should be interesting. So basically, come back to the show. We kind of pick up right where we left off. Oh, my bad. Another thing. Camille ended up breaking up with Ian, like I said, but then she ended up working with that other guy she used to date, and we don't know what happened. They apparently slept together, but did they sleep or did they fornicate? It's not clear. We're supposed to, I guess, wonder why. And let's jump into episode 1. So episode 1, I'm going to be reading the intro card as well, so that way I can kind of remember, because look, I had to watch the whole thing. I was going to try to wait, but I couldn't wait. So boom, all 4 women begin their season starting a new chapter. Camille, Quinn, and Ty learn something new about an old friend. Quinn gets an opportunity she can't pass up. Ty and Camille receive big news. Now, I don't know what they mean about learning something new about an old friend. I don't know who the old friend is. But let's go ahead and start. Camille and Ian, starts up with them. You know, they broke up. But they continue to have sex. Like, they continue to have sex for months. At least 3 months or so. They are strictly friends with benefits. That's it. No strings attached, whatever. But you already know. Them two done been together for years, broke up for years, got back together for years, and then broke up again. So the love is there. It's just, they just a toxic couple. You know what I'm saying? Like, they just don't mix. They're like oil and water, but you also need that to make a good salad dressing. You know what I'm saying? Like, they kind of work together well. So they're sleeping together all the time, all that kind of stuff. There's just no label on their relationship. And then eventually it gets to the point where after some time, you know, Ian has to, you know, he's not staying around to hang out and chit chat with her in the bed and do pillow talking. He has to go. He has to do this, has to do this. And then he's not calling her back or not showing up for their sex sessions. And she's low-key in her feelings, even though they're not supposed to be having no feelings. Which is like, come on. I knew one of them was going to get feelings. So the fact that it was her, I'm low-key surprised, but also not. Because he fine as hell. So I knew he was going to try to find someone else soon, especially with them still under the impression that the reason that we broke up is because Camille could not have children. And that is what the end goal is for Ian. You know, so I get him. We're going to go over to Angie. Angie and her man still going strong. They got a nice place together. They are engaged. She got her role in Girls Trip. Like, everything is good. They are in their own little bubble to the point where Angie is not meeting up with her girlfriends as much. She's always flicking on them because they up in that condo getting it on, okay? Like this. All over the house, okay? And it's annoying to all the friends, but of course they know. Of course they understand, like, look, that man gonna drink your bath water. Do it, girl, whatever. So they're happy for her, but they also miss their girlfriend. And then we have Ty. Ty is going along with her business P. She used to have a business called Q, which was like a dating website. I guess for all people, straight, bi, curious, all that kind of stuff, as well as like all forms of people, white, black, purple, green, orange. But she decided to make P because she wanted to make a dating site that's specifically for queer people of color, so they have a safe place to meet. Because a lot of the success that she was getting from P, a lot of personal feedback that she got was from queer people of color who found the loves of their lives. Also, something I forgot about, which I'm glad I just remembered, she also met a woman at the end of season 3 who we thought, okay, this could be a real relationship, someone who wants her for more than just sex, more than just her power, more than just her money, all that kind of stuff. However, she ended up finding out that even though she had a girlfriend, she was sleeping with this one girl, pretty regularly, but she also had other people. But then come to find out, her girlfriend is the mom to her jump off that she was sleeping with all the time. And of course that broke them up. It was messy. So because of that, and Ty knows that she's clearly the problem, she's the red flag, what she keeps saying, I'm the red flag in these relationships, she decides to take a vow of celibacy. Like, look, I need to just keep my distance from these people, focus on my business, focus on myself, so that way I can't cause any more unnecessary distractions. And I feel like that was smart of her, right? Because the fact that she's able to know, like, look, I'm the problem, let me do this, I think that was the first step. However, she never talks about doing anything else besides that. Like, okay, you're the problem, all this kind of stuff, but it's like you're also not trying to seek guidance from like a professional, from a therapist or anything like that to actually solve these problems that you have. You know what I'm saying? It's like, if you know that you're the problem, are you going to do anything to fix it, or try to fix it, or at least identify what specifically the problems are so that you can address them? No, she doesn't do that. She kind of just keeps her distance and focuses on business and her friends, of course. And her businesses are doing well. She ends up meeting with who is she? I think she's just like one of like the high up board members to another company who she's looking to have invest in her company P. It is a woman, if you remember from my trailer thing, whatever, I put a picture up here. She is basically the person she's talking to, and they're having a really good business meeting. 2 black women, talking business, very, very much respect level. They like it. But there's also some flirty vibes going on, and you're like, hold on. Who flirting with who or whatever. And Ty picks it up too. She knows, she goes talk to her friends, and she's like, she's talking about the business deal, how she's very, very happy about it, excited about it. It went well. And she's like, oh yeah, I nailed it. And I actually think that girl was trying to flirt with me or whatever. But I'm putting my guards up because I'm celibate. I'm having issues. I don't want to have these problems. But of everybody who decides to tell her, no, this is a good idea, it's Quinn. Quinn, at the end of last season, like how I said, she kind of started talking stuff out with her mom and stuff like that. She knows that, okay, I cannot find anybody to love me. And that's why, like, Quinn is one of my favorite characters, because I just feel so sad for her, because I feel like, oh my God, why are we the same? Why can't I find anybody to like me, Lord? But it's just like, but how can you expect anybody to love you if you don't love you? If you don't even like you? You don't even know who you are. Like, she says that she basically tries to adapt herself and change herself to be the person that someone will love, someone will like. However, it never really works. And low-key, I do that, but I also don't do that. For me personally, I kind of will pull back or enhance things about my own personality or things that I do to appease the person. But I also don't have a lot of I don't want to say interest, but like I don't have a lot of other things that are like drawing people to me besides physical, besides adaptability, besides talking, besides I don't know how to articulate it more. Maybe like as I do more things, I can probably put it more into words. But like she's like more so decentering men from her life or love from her life, and she's trying to figure out what does Quinn want? What does Quinn like? What do I want to have in my life to be happy? What brings me joy? So she focuses on her business and just other hobbies like that. And it has been working for her. She's the most at peace, the most calm, most centered, and the most seemingly thriving person. And because of that, she actually tells Ty, you shouldn't be so closed off to the possibility of love. Like, yes, you know that you have all these problems, but also like if you know you have these problems, maybe try to do something to fix it. So while Camille, Ty, and Quinn are at brunch, they're talking about the whole Ian thing. She happens to see Ian come in, and mind you, this is a new establishment. She calls out to him, "Oh, Ian, come here, come here, come here!" And he doesn't hear her. Next thing you know, they see some girl walk up to him. They're like, "Oh, who is that? Oh, that's Portia." She go up together. She must be in town. Da 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 da. Next thing you know, they see them making out, y'all. That's who we saw making out. That's Logan Browning. And they're like, "Oh my gosh!" And then he sees all of them looking at them. It's a whole problem. And then she starts acting up. She starts texting him crazy. "Oh, motherfucker." It was a whole mess. And I was just like, oh my God, girl, please don't spiral. Because low key, that beat me sometimes too. But it's just like, it's like the fact that I want to express so much emotions and you don't want to hear them. It's like you're doing something to me and I want to be able to express them to you. And the fact that you're shutting me out because you don't even care about that, it just makes me mad. And it's like, she meets up with him later that night. She goes to his house. Portia answers the door. And clearly she doesn't have anything with Portia, clearly. And like she knows who that is. She knows who she is. Whatever. She's like, "Oh, can I talk to Ian?" Blah, blah, blah. Let's talk outside. She's expressing all this stuff to him. And he's like, "Why are you even mad? We're not together. Don't you remember that?" Da, 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 whatever. And it got to a point where basically it's like, this is why I haven't been calling you back, hitting you up, anything like that. I'm with Portia and we're in an exclusive relationship. So in case you didn't know, we're over. We're exclusive over here. There's no more me and you. And she hurt by it, but she also says, "Fuck you." So it's like, what can we do, right? So that's basically how we end episode 1. So then episode 2 starts up. And Angie and her man, I cannot remember his name to save my life. I cannot remember his name. Let me see. Yeah, we don't know his name. Doesn't matter. They are trying to determine when are they going to start actively planning for their wedding and what kind of wedding they want. He wants a smaller, intimate, romantic wedding, not so over the top. She wants something big and loud and for a star, because that's who she is. And it's like, they just really clash on that. And to me, what I find really weird about that is the fact that it's like, y'all been together for, now I get they haven't been together for like years and years. I get that. But also it's like, you've been around her and know her enough to want to marry her. But you also have been around her enough, know her enough to know like, why would you think she would want something small and intimate? But what I find weird about the both of them is the fact that they want what they want and they're not really willing to compromise. Because like when I was watching this, right, in my mind I'm like, wouldn't it just be easier to say, okay, let's do this. Let's have a small intimate ceremony, but then a big over the top reception. That way everybody gets what they want. But they are not working. And to me, after watching the whole thing, and honestly, the fact that I saw this at the time, I thought this would have happened. I'm surprised it didn't. But it's like, y'all should have known then. That was the first red flag to the relationship on both y'all ends, to be honest. Like, we'll get there as we get there. But that was the first red flag. The fact that they're not willing to compromise on the situations. And the fact that they won't communicate to each other, like, the real reasons why. Because they do tell each other why they want these things. He wants a smaller, intimate thing because he doesn't have a lot of family. They're not very, very close. A lot of people in his family, even if he does invite them, may or may not even come to the wedding. Whereas Angie has a big family, big personality, a lot of friends, a lot of family, a lot of sisters like that who would definitely come, who want to come, and probably would want to come to the ceremony and the reception. So I get that. Quinn is still designing. She has her boutique. She is working with a client who she works with all the time, who basically, she tries on the stuff, whatever she likes, she says, put it on daddy's card, it's on your account. And then Quinn's like, look, I've been wanting to ask you, but is this your father or is this your daddy? Like, what's going on? And she tells her, like, no, yeah, like, this is my daddy, like, you know, whatever. And she was like, okay, girl, you know, I'm all for that. And she basically was like, oh, well, if that's the case, you know, I can invite you to a party. I'm having a party tonight with some friends. It's a leftover party, basically, where it's like her group of friends, stuff like that, where they have people who are at the party who are vetted, not necessarily, like, they probably have dealt with each other in some capacity or whatever, but they are trusted, vetted people who everybody here are good people who if you met them here, it's a good match. Y'all can, y'all have something in common that would work for you guys. And basically, that's something I think that me as a viewer and Quinn forgot about, but they decide to go. And Quinn decides to bring Angie and Camille with her to this party. Angie came because she misses her girl Quinn. They are besties, so of course she's gonna come and support. But also, it's like, girl, you is a whole fiance out here. Why are you at this? Why are you at this party? Quinn decides to go because she's like, you know what? Let's have fun. I don't think she's really have any like guys on her roster, so she's like, you know what? Sure, can't hurt. Might as well. And especially because if I can find me a sugar daddy, yes, please. And he cute and he know how look. Check. Put it all down. And then Camille comes because Camille is talking about this whole time how she is looking for some niggas, right? She's only been with Ian for those 3 months. They basically officially broke up again. So now she's like, and then she's still mad at him because they love each other. That's like the back burner, but that's why she's mad at him. And she's still cussing him out and this, and blah, 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 and this, and he's ignoring her. And then he's sending it at this party. She's not even in the party for real. She gets a voice note, so she goes to a private room to go listen to it. So then the whole night, she's in there basically cussing him out via text message, via voice notes. And it's like, girl, I get it, right? I get it. I get it. Trust me. However, these niggas in here, just add them to the roster. These niggas in here, you could just have some fun with. They got some money. They not like they've been vet. So it's like, look, you need to move on from this. And something I was thinking about this whole time. What happened to the Professor Bay ex-boyfriend you was with? The one who you may or may not have slept with. What happened to him? They honestly just dropped that storyline. And it's like, what happened to that? And it's like, I get you're not working at the school anymore. Also, let's kind of do like a little side step over here. She meets up at the school with Whoopi Goldberg's character. That was her like boss. Her and Whoopi Goldberg has gotten super close. They have more mutual respect, especially after her museum anthropological presentation thing that she had at the end of the last season. And Whoopi Goldberg's character like respects her more. I think her name was Dr. I can't remember her name, but Whoopi Goldberg. She respects her for how she came to her house, quit like that and all that kind of stuff, and the reasons why. And I agree too. As much as I would love to stay here, and now you want to give me a promotion after I'm finally ready to leave. And it's like, I get why you want me to work here anymore, and I would love the opportunity, but I do think it's time for me to go. Because I need to grow from this. And honestly, yes, I understand both sides, right? I've been wanting to work here. I've been wanting a full-time position for over 10 years now. And now that I'm finally ready to go, you want to give me a position. I get why I would want to work here. I get why I would want to work under you specifically. But I've been here too long. I need to graduate. That's what she says. And they respect it, right? And Camille is actually in the process of writing a book. She signed to a book deal, so she's in the process of writing her book, and she asks Whoopi Goldberg's character to write the forward in her book, and they both agree. So I really like how that worked out. Let's go back to the party. Quinn ends up meeting this guy, Kofi, y'all. Kofi, so fine. Kofi is so fine. So that's where she meets Kofi. He's one of the daddies, y'all. He is a professional baseball player. I don't know nothing about baseball. I don't know what the baseball teams in New York are. He's a player up there. They ended up meeting and they're flirting really heavy, doing all that kind of stuff. And then they basically are talking, chit-chatting, mingling, very much surface up here. Very sexy, very grown and sexy, very, what can you do for me? Oh, yeah, oh, that's what you do? Oh, yeah, And they enter into an arrangement where it's just fun, right? They're just having a good time and all that. After the first night of them sleeping together, Quinn is getting ready. She got to go to work. This is just fun, relax. Kofi, his stylist ends up like they lose one of their bags that has most of his clothes in it for some of the press events he has that day, and then they can't get in touch with him. So she helps him out and says, okay, you need to go here, go here, go here, ask for this person, and then call me. I will tailor all your stuff. I'm in fashion, so it's fun. And he's like, oh, I thought this was just supposed to be fun for us. And she's like, it is fun because fashion is fun for me. That's the least I can do is help you out. It's not like I'm going out of my way to do this for you. So like, chill, boy. Like, I'm not even doing all that with you. Like, relax. So they do it. He ends up wearing what she told him to get to the ESPYs. I didn't realize that was what it was. To the ESPYs. He got a lot of good compliments on that. And then he shouted her out. So then the camera start flashing on her. Her phone is blowing up the next few weeks because everybody's trying to get styled by Quinn. And the two of them are in a good place. They're both getting things that they want. They're both getting obviously good sex. They are able to help each other business wise. He helped her in that situation. She helped him in that situation. But then he also basically, because he shouted her out, got her all this free press, and now everybody wants to style with her. And her business has basically taken a new resurgence because even though she was a clothing designer, she has a boutique, now she's styling people, and it's like that's something that she's never really done before, but she really, really loves it. Kind of like for me personally, like I am in the hospitality industry, right? I've always done like working at restaurants or working like with food. But then I got I got a job with events as like a banquet server. I loved that job. I went from banquet server to bartender to banquet manager. And it's like, even though you're doing the same thing all the time, it's like because of different people who are doing this, it makes the experience different. So it's like, it was just really, really fun. So I understand her in that aspect where it's like, this is fashion, so it's fun for me. But this is a lane that I've never been in before. So I really enjoyed her doing that process. And we're going to go over back to Ty. So Ty decides to take Quinn's advice and embrace the love, right? So she meets up with that woman again who she had the business meeting with because the business is signed, sealed, delivered. Everything's good. They're going to partner with her. She got the money for her company and everything like that. And then the other woman, she also was like, look, I'm going to apologize because, I'm normally very professional. I normally don't mix business with pleasure. And I was kind of flirting with you. I was throwing some vibes out there. I didn't want to be disrespectful or come off like that. I just was throwing some feelers out there, so I apologize. And Ty's like, look, I did catch the vibe, but apology is not needed. I'm just going to tell you why I wasn't reciprocating in that moment. One, I'm about my business, so like I don't play there. But also like I'm a big red flag. I've been having a lot of issues in my personal life, romantic wise, and I just know that I'm celibate and these are the reasons why, and I'm just not interested in like pursuing that. And she lets her know about the whole girlfriend and the daughter, the red flags, how she basically will throw people away, all this kind of stuff. And the other girl's like, I mean, this is just fun. Let's just have fun. So basically everybody's thing in this is let's have fun. The only person not having fun is Camille. Camille is still pressed over Ian being with Portia. And it's like, I get it. But girl, you need to relax. You need to relax. Because she low-key acting crazy. And it's like, I hate that because it's like, people know when they're acting crazy, okay? I know I'm acting crazy, but you're making me crazy because it's like I wouldn't be doing this if you weren't reacting to me like this, if you weren't doing this back to me. So I get it, right? But basically by the end of that episode, they all actually do Camille, Quinn, Angie, and Ty, they meet up at a club or something like that. They're basically having fun. I don't remember if it was like an event or something like that, but they were at a club kind of like just hanging out because they all hadn't been together at one time. And of course Angie comes, but then she bring her man with her. But he does give them space to, just have girl time or whatever. So they're kind of hanging out. They all take a shot except for Camille because she's like, I don't know, I just been feeling so bad today. Like I've been feeling really, really off since this whole Ian thing, and it's like she's been so pissed off and stressed about this that it's just like getting on her nerves. And even with her book, she's working on it, but she's not really making that much progress with it. I don't know how long or when from the time of last season to now that she got the book deal. Like when in that time period did she get it? So I don't know how long she's been working on the book as of this point. So they take the shot, they're having a good time, whatever. She's like, I need to go to the bathroom real quick. As she's about to leave, she basically just passes out. Crazy, right? So they rush to the ER. They rush to the ER. Doctor lets her know, you are okay. You're really, really dehydrated, all this kind of stuff. You are okay, and your baby is okay. Your baby is okay. I was like, it's you! And honestly, I should have known that. Why did I think it was Ty? Because that would have been a twist, right? But I would have thought it would have been Ty because that would have been the last person we would have expected. I thought it was Angie because, she just got her man, but her acting career is starting to take off. And it's like, this is everything she's wanted. However, this man is ready to take care of her, all that kind of stuff. Would she want to do it? And, they don't really talk about, religious beliefs, all that kind of stuff, or personal beliefs, but all of them are very much feminine. Your body, your choice. But also, they don't 100% specify their ages, but ain't nobody young here, right? We're not in our 20s, right? So it's like, this is around the time that we probably should. It's like, do we want to or not? And I was hoping it wasn't Quinn because she don't have nobody who is stable in her life who like wants her around, wants to be with her, loves her for her. So that would have been the worst thing for her to get pregnant, and by who would it have even been by? You know what I'm saying? So I'm happy about this. Everybody's happy. Camille is like, check it again. Are you sure? She's freaking out. And she's like, how am I pregnant when I'm supposed to not even be able to have children? So she goes to see her gynecologist about it. She's questioning her, and the gynecologist is letting her know facts. Like, look, it's very, I said that the probability of you getting pregnant is very unlikely. Not that it's impossible. This is the thing. Now, I have people who do this all the time where if they are trying to have kids, sometimes it's very, very difficult. However, people who, that's the furthest thing from your mind, that's the first thing that can happen. So, yeah, so look, it's up to you. And you're 6 weeks? She basically was like 3 months at this point. Almost 3 months pregnant at this point. So, like, she's on that cusp of you need to choose if you want to have this baby or not. So, and, now this is okay, pause. Right here. They say that she basically almost 3 months. If her and Ian have been fucking for like 3 months or so like that, at the beginning of that 3 months is when they broke up, is when she slept with that man. When I tell you they never bring that up, I'm like, what was that for then? I think they were going to maybe go in that direction, but then they switched it up after they realized it's going to be the final season. I don't know. But that's how it seems to me. So she's freaking out about this. Because then the doctor's like, look, you can, we have options about this, but as you keep going into your pregnancy, the options for termination will become more dangerous. They could become, it would be more invasive, right? Like, so at this point now, they can still do like, I think it's called like a liquid pregnancy, liquid or chemical termination, pills, all that kind of stuff like that. Like, there's options depending on how far along you are, right? So she's letting her know, like, look, you need to make your decision because of those things, but also who knows, if in the future you want to have kids naturally, the likelihood, like I said, is still low. So you could take this as your opportunity. So she's thinking about that. She's trying to get her options. She's trying to call her mom to kind of get some advice. Her mama is no help, which is another reason why she doesn't want to have the kids. Quinn is like, yes, have this baby. We're here for you. Da 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 da. Because almost like, girl, we'll raise it together. But then she also still isn't really talking to Ian. She tries to talk to him, but he's like, nah, I ain't trying to talk to you. And then she finally sends him a picture of the sonogram. they meet up and talk, and it's not the most, like, it's not the best talk, but it's also like she's basically trying to talk to him to get a gauge of what's going on with them, but also she's letting him know, like, it's my body. I'm not going to do it if you want to. I'm going to do it if I want to. And it's like, I get that, but also, like, why do you want to talk to me? But also, it's like, so you don't care about my input, so then why did you call me? But you want my input, that's why you called me. So, like, I get both sides of that. But he also is being such a man, and it's like, men are so just and very unconsiderate, and they don't be thinking. You know what I'm saying? Like, men don't be thinking. It's like, nigga, are you not? It's like, yes, I'm calling you about this kind of stuff like this, but you done told me that you're exclusive with this girl over here, so I don't want to be your baby mama. Like, no one wants to be a baby mama, especially when you done moved on with this girl. We clearly aren't even cool like that, it seems like, because you won't even talk to me. It's like, at what point would you have, like, at what point could you have said, hey, I'm talking to Portia, hey, I'm doing this, hey, I'm doing this? You didn't do that until I caught you out in public, nigga. Like, they're annoying. So they are having this kind of discussion or whatever. And then that's basically how episode 2 ends. Then in episode 3, Quinn and Kofi are fine, y'all. I don't give a them two, sexy. I'm so pissed off that this season, like, the show is over now, because I love them together. They are so beautiful to look at. They enjoy each other's company. There's no pressure. Everything is cool. And I like that Quinn, I think it's a mix between how they are together, but also the work she's putting on herself, that she is very cool, calm, and collected. Like, I ain't stressed, I know you want me, I know you don't own my body or whatever, but I ain't feeling for you. It's like, she's very much reciprocal in this, relationship. When she goes off of him. He wants her, okay, I want you too. I like you, okay, I like you too. You want my help? I have other stuff to do right now, but I can work you in. So, like, I like their relationship is really flourishing. It's going well, and they are so lovey-dovey, so close. It's just honestly very, very beautiful to watch. And I'm very, very happy for her, because, like, Quinn deserved this, right? She deserved to be loved on right. Love that. Angie. Love it. Angie and her man are obviously still fighting. Not fighting, but they're having these disagreements about the wedding stuff. But then also low-key about her role in this play. Now, she's casted as Tiffany Haddish's character in Girls Trip, right? And if you've seen the movie, you know this was her breakout role. But Tiffany Haddish is Tiffany Haddish. So it's like it's very much close to how Angie's personality is. But she is in their condo practicing with one of her friends who's also in the, like, Broadway industry, and they're doing a song, I got drugs in my booty. I got drugs in my booty. And he comes in on that. He's getting ready for work and all that, but he comes in on that, and he's just kind of like, what the fuck is this ghetto shit? That's what that's what his face is saying, right? What the fuck is this ghetto shit? And, like, he's kind of like, are you sure you want to do this role? Like, I thought you wanted to be taken more seriously. Like, maybe you shouldn't take this, because how people are going to take you more seriously. All this kind of stuff. Pretty much trying to implant doubt into her mind. Like, are you sure you want to even be doing this? Because, like, this seems like, and it's like, you want people to take you seriously after you singing about drugs in your booty. Like, I guess. And it's like, to me, I feel like, I don't know about that. And especially, how are you going to be taken seriously? You don't have a lot of time left, especially after we catch up with Camille. And she like, what you mean catch up with Camille? He's like, well, I don't expect us to get pregnant right away, but, like, not too much long after we have, like, after we get married, I expect us to start having kids, because, you ain't no spring chicken, babes. Neither am I. But, and it's like, first of all, you call me old? Second of all, it's like, hold on, relax. Another red flag. Why are we not talking about this? Why have we not talked about this? You know why? Because all they do, everywhere they are, all over the house, get off each other and talk. Not sex talk. Talk to each other about what you want in your lives. That's the weird thing. And it's like, they aren't even really communicating about what they want as far as, like, their own business wise, because she doesn't even know that he's trying to close these deals with this one property that's having some issues, this escrow here, all this kind of stuff. He's in real estate. And it's like, they're not talking about this. And it's like, I understand what he's trying to say, but also it's like, boy, what? And then, especially with his comments about the role, right? He's never even seen Girls Trip. First of all, if you living with me, I got this role and you've never seen it, we're watching this. How many times did you watch the movie after you got the role? Why have you not been home when I'm watching this movie? Then, I get what he's talking about, right? Drugs in my booty, all this kind of stuff. Tiffany Haddish's character in that movie was very much like, girl, what, like a lot of stuff that people talk about with her now, about, oh my gosh, she be trying so hard, oh my gosh, she's cool, oh my gosh, she's just a caricature, da 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 da. She's basically like, that's basically kind of like where her character was now. She's that loud, outspoken friend after all these years. And that is very much who Angie is in her own life, right? But that role really took Tiffany Haddish's career to the next level. Like, she became basically an A-list celebrity after that movie. And it's like, yeah, it may seem beneath me or whatever, or it won't take me seriously. However, Tiffany Haddish got a lot of serious roles after that. She was in the Madam C.J. Walker movie on Netflix. Very good movie. I'm trying to think of some other stuff off the top of my head. I can't think of it right now. But it's like, just because I did this one comedic film doesn't mean that I'm not capable of doing other stuff. Angie went to school for acting. She's been acting for years. Just because she hasn't gotten her big break doesn't mean she's not capable of doing serious roles. It's just, this is my first Broadway role. You want me to not accept my first Broadway role because of the character? Sir, their issue to me is class. And it's like, he tried to come off as not classes, but he low-key is. And that's another reason why Quinn and him didn't really mix like that. Yeah, clock it. Let's go to Camille. Camille is trying to figure out what she's going to do. We go to her at her gynecologist appointment, all that kind of stuff. Guess who goes to the same gynecologist? Portia and Ian. So Portia, apparently, when she first got into town, when her and him first started linking up and kind of getting serious, she had decided to freeze her eggs, right? And they decided to fertilize some of those eggs. They have 4 embryos. Her and Ian have 4 viable fertilized embryos. And the doctor is like, these are your options. You can go ahead and implant them. We can go ahead and freeze them. All that kind of stuff. And she's like, I can get pregnant as soon as next month. Mind you, Ian is like, oh my God, mind you. And it's very clear he ain't said shit about Camille's baby. Because he knows about Camille's baby. And she sounds on the dotted line. I think she's just kind of like, they didn't say what exactly they chose to do, but those were the options. We have 4 eggs that are fertilized. We can go ahead and freeze them, or you can go ahead and implant them. We can do it as early as next month. Wow. So that's a lot to think about. And then just as they get that, they're very, very happy, very, very ecstatic. Portia is in tears because, you know, she's getting at an age, getting at a point where having a family, like, you know, meeting her man, getting married, having babies didn't seem like it was going to be an option for her. But motherhood was definitely one of those things she wanted to do. So they're very happy. And just as she's signing the paperwork, Ian gets a text message from Camille that says, I decided to keep the baby. Congratulations, Daddy. So all you're thinking is, y'all finna have 5 kids? That's crazy. That's crazy. So then Ty ends up going, you know, her and that girl, they're kind of spending more time together, having a good time, to the point where they always are like kissing, lovey-dovey, but they've never crossed the line to actually having sex until basically the end of the episode. I don't 100% remember what exactly made her say, okay, let's have sex. They did. And not only did they have sex, Ty said something at the beginning of the season where she said something about spread eagle on the couch. I guess one of her old sex stories. Why are they deciding to have sex in Ty's office at work? In her office, have sex. This girl in her full business suit gets spread eagle on the couch. And then Ty comes and they have sex in the office. Luckily, Ty is basically the owner and founder of her business because, girl, HR, this isn't, no, we can't do this. But they are running smooth. So far, this is where we are. Quinn and Kofi, oh, they locked in. She's getting all this business. They having a blast. Camille is pregnant, stressed, and lonely. She does not know about Portia and her babies. Angie and her man, they know that they need to reconnect more, but they also are putting bugs in each other's ears to make them think that they need to doubt what they are going, like to doubt their own personal beliefs. But it's more so him to her, but she is not really putting those pieces together just yet. She's constantly trying to justify why she's doing what she's doing, and the wedding is honestly the furthest thing from her mind, except she wants a big outstanding wedding. But she does find out the reasons why he wants to have the smaller wedding, about, you know, not having close family, all that kind of stuff. So that's where they're kind of like, that's why she kind of still is understanding where he's coming from. But mind you, they're still not talking that much. That's their problem. They need communication. And Ty is with her girl. Camille also starts writing her book. After she 100% knows she's going to keep the baby, she starts writing her book. And at this point now, we don't really know what the book is about, but you can tell every chapter, it relates to all of her friends in different ways, but all the same themes. You know what I'm saying? So clearly as the season progresses, because there's only 6 seasons in this, which is so... But as the season goes on, it's gonna move kind of quick timeline wise, but it also will coincide with the chapters of her book and as she's writing it. So we kind of see them grow quickly, but also everything that we've seen them go through from the first season, second season to just now, we see it kind of like come to fruition. So this season, honestly, it started out great, and these episodes only being like half hours, it felt like hour-long episodes when I was watching it, probably because of the commercials on Prime. But this show, this was the best season to me. And low-key, I like how on the last season, they decided to put these little guest appearances and all these big names. Like, oh my God, Logan. Oh my God, I cannot think of that girl's name. From P-Valley, from the St. James show. Not St. James show. From the one with the drug dealer, you know what I'm talking about, from Snowfall. They putting a lot of ad placements in here too. I noticed that, a lot of ad placements. But it's just like the fact that this show is getting all this attention on the last season. I gotta look up why they even decided to end this. Was it funding? Is it because they black? Racist. But yeah, love it, y'all. If you have not started watching it yet, please watch it again. And to be honest, I'm probably gonna go back to the first season and watch it all over so I can see how did we really get here. And I still feel like they should have included or incorporated that guy who she was with. Like if y'all was gonna put that little Easter egg at the end where they're talking about, oh my God, I'm gonna miss her, I want her to stay, oh my God, me too. You should have did something with that. That's all I'm saying. But I'm going to go ahead and let y'all go catch up on this whole season. Make sure you watch the next 3 episodes. I'm going to do that next. And tell me what you guys think. Tell me what you guys are thinking about this show. Like, oh my gosh. Like, comment, subscribe, tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a stranger to tell an enemy to watch the show and then come back and watch this. And yeah, y'all, I'm going to just go ahead and watch it again so I have it more fresh in my mind for the next review. All right, guys, bye.
Look back while I twerk. No comparison.
I'm a savage, yeah. Classy, bougie, ratchet, yeah. Sassy, moody, nasty, yeah. Acting stupid. What was happening? What was happening?